from Jharkhand, wherein the ED heat on Jharkhand's Chief Minister Hemant Soren. What we are learning is that ED team at Jharkhand Chief Minister's residence currently. This is the latest update we are getting with regards to the ED heat on Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren. Remember, there were several summons that were made to Hemant Soren, which Hemant Soren hasn't really gone to the ED for questioning as they had summoned him. But currently what we are learning is the ED team is at the Jharkhand Chief Minister's residence, Hemant Soren's residence, and ED heat is there on the Jharkhand Chief Minister. Currently, we will cut across to our colleague Anshul Singh to understand the situation on the ground. Anshul, if you could take us through what is currently going on with the ED team reaching Hemant Soren's residence in the national capital, and as ED has issued fresh summons to Hemant Soren in the investigation in the money laundering in the land scam case.
So yes, the Enforcement Directorate is continuing with its investigation in this entire matter, where the basic accusation against the Jharkhand CM is that he was involved in giving a lot of government-owned land to the mafias in Jharkhand itself. More than 14 people have already been arrested by the Enforcement Directorate in this entire investigation, whereas several summons, up to 10 summons, have already been issued to Hemant Soren. Remember, last time around when Hemant Soren was questioned was on the 20th of January, when the Enforcement Directorate team had reached his residence in Jharkhand, and he was asked several questions, and in fact his statement was recorded for the first time then. Post that, the Enforcement Directorate just recently went ahead and issued him fresh summons to join into the investigation on either on the 29th of January or on the 31st of January, because there are several other questions that needs to be asked to Hemant Soren at this point in time. At this point in time, since the details are still very, very sketchy, what we are being told that a team of Enforcement Directorate has reached the residence of Hemant Soren out here in the national capital. Remember, it is also being told to us that Hemant Soren had reached the national capital yesterday itself, and now this morning we are being told that a team has reached his residence. What is the future course of action that the Enforcement Directorate is going to take? That is something that remains to be seen. But yes, there are grave allegations that have been put forth by the Enforcement Directorate against Hemant Soren, and that is the reason why it is of utmost importance for Hemant Soren to actually go ahead and become a part of this investigation and record his side or his version to the Enforcement Directorate as well, so that this investigation can be carried on.
Right, Anshul. Anshul, also do help us understand the entire scenario that's been going around the scam. This is not the first summon. In fact, this visit comes in as quite a surprise, because initially there were several summons made to the Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren, which he hadn't replied to. He hadn't gone in for questioning. If you could elaborate that context for our viewers.
So yes, probably Hemant Soren has set the record for not accepting the summons that have been given to him, or in fact going ahead and not abiding by the summons that have been given to him by the Enforcement Directorate. More than 10 summons have already been issued to him. In fact, initially he went to the Jharkhand High Court and then to the Supreme Court as well to get some sort of relief. But yes, the PMLA law does not allow any sort of relief in such cases, and that is the reason why he was not able to get any sort of relief. Now, in the month of January itself, on the 13th of January, he was initially issued a summon to come in and join into the investigation, where the Enforcement Directorate had told him that if at all you cannot come, we can come and actually make you join the investigation and take questions from you and probably get your statement recorded, and that is what happened on the 20th of January. Now, day before yesterday, the Enforcement Directorate issued another summons, and in this summons they said that yes, there are more questions that needs to be asked to you in this entire matter, and hence you should come and join into the investigation either on the 29th of January, that is today, or on the 31st of January. Remember, this is a very, very serious investigation that has been undertaken by the Enforcement Directorate. 2011 batch IAS officer Chavi Ranjan has also been taken into custody by the Enforcement Directorate in this entire matter as well. So yes, there are a lot of questions, there are a lot of allegations that have been put forth against the Jharkhand CM, but yes, the manner in which he has been skipping the summons that have been given to him by the Enforcement Directorate, that is something that is actually raising a lot of alarm, and that is the reason why the Enforcement Directorate in the last summon that it had issued, to Hemant Soren, they had very clearly stated that if you won't come in and join in the investigation, then we will make sure that we will come ahead and we'll make sure that you become a part of this investigation, and that is the reason why we are seeing that the enforcement directorate salutes have reached the residence of Hemant Soren this morning. Probably they are going to start questioning him about the facts and how and if at all he was involved in any way or any manner in this entire alleged scam that is being probed by the enforcement directorate.
Right, Anshul. Anshul, at this juncture, if you could help our viewers understand what exactly are the possibilities, if we can delve into the possibilities of what all situations might arise from here for the Jharkhand Chief Minister, if at all he will be answering to the ED, as to if at all he'll be appearing for answering the questions asked by ED, or as per plans that he made before, he had several events scheduled between January 29th to 31st. He shall be going ahead with those.
So yes, now since the team of enforcement directorate has reached over here, and if at all Hemant Soren joins into the questioning, the problems for Hemant Soren could actually increase because according to the PMLA, the case that has been registered under the law under which this case has been registered actually gives a lot of power to the enforcement directorate to initially go ahead and issue summons, and once the summons are issued, the enforcement directorate can also go ahead and actually make sure that uh, uh, it can actually take attachments from Hemant Soren as well into this entire matter. And not only this, but also the arrest of Hemant Soren is also something that the ED can do if at all it deems it necessary, because all these provisions are mentioned in the PMLA law that has been under which this case has been registered against Hemant Soren. So yes, the troubles for Hemant Soren is definitely going to increase. The best way out for him is to make sure that he helps the enforcement directorate in this entire investigation, and actually helps them in taking this case forward, be it a true case or a false case, because it is everything that is being investigated on allegations that have been put forth. Post that the investigation that has been carried out by the enforcement directorate, they have recorded statements of a lot of people who were involved in this entire scam. Because remember, the scam that the enforcement directorate is probing at this point in time is a scam of money laundering that happened that happened in transfer of government-owned lands to quote-unquote mafias out there in Jharkhand, and that is the reason why there are a lot of grave allegations that have been put forth against Hemant Soren. As I mentioned, that more than 14 people have already been arrested by the enforcement directorate in this entire investigation that has been carried out. Hemant Soren himself has been asked to join into the investigation at least 10 times, and it is only once that he has recorded his statement, and that too when the
Right,
enforcement
Anshul.
directorate had to.
Right, Anshul, I'm so sorry. I'll have to interrupt you there because right now we have Bharti Singh joining us from the BJP. Thank you for speaking to us on CNN News 18. Firstly, your RP Singh, if you could tell us with regards to what exactly is going on, BJP's reaction to this particular summon, because remember this is the ninth summon that's taking place, and now the ED has reached Jharkhand Chief Minister's residence in the national capital.
Let's understand very clearly, neither you, neither me, neither Mr. Soren, neither anyone else in the country is above the law. 9 summons were issued to him. He ducked the summon on some pretext. This is a scam which has happened in his regime. Now he has to answer those questions. There are probably witnesses with the ED who has divulged a lot of details, and then ED need to confront him with those details. And it's very simple. I mean, I don't understand why do people think if they are chief minister or they are a position of power, they can duck the questioning. I mean, this first time is happening, and now probably ED within its right has to his residence, and probably will need whatever is they need some or whatever details they need, or whatever other details they will try to dig out those details. But no one should stop, or no one should try to block the inquiry process of any investigating agency, whoever he is, or however big he is in the political system.
Right, Mr. Singh. Mr. Singh, but